What are you doing?
So we're fixing all the stuff that broke on our passage from California to Hawaii. So one of the things that broke was this clutch spring, which keeps the cam open or shut, was broken, which is why we had some troubles with the jib sheet. So this little spring in here got off its track, so it wasn't pushing this cam shut to clamp on the line. So anytime we wanted to do it, we would have to push it manually to get it to close and then open. This was just loose, so we'd have to hold it up in order to run the line through it. So I was working on fixing this, and what I had to do was get this back end was in front, so I had to get it all the way around under tension. So a trick to do that is I had this little twine string and I tied a loop to one end, and then I pulled it through this way up and then put it in the hole.
Nice.
And so now I'm in the process of putting this back together, and then it should work.
Way to go. Also, this catamaran neighbor of ours put up Christmas lights on their boat. Merry Christmas. Looks so cute. All the way around. Looks so good. And then there's also this boat that did Christmas lights all the way up their mast, which is pretty cool. And we did not do Christmas lights, but I did put the little lights inside. So I think those are going to be all year round because they stay really well, but these are our little cozy Christmas lights. Alright, so if you can tell, hopefully this video quality is really good and I'm a little bit more zoomed in because we got a new camera, which is really exciting. This is our old camera. Still works for pictures and everything. However, on the crossing, believe it or not, a lot of our footage actually had a very crackly sound and we lost it, so we weren't able to upload all of our footage. Luckily, we still were able to show the whole process, and the footage that you saw was good, but we did lose some footage because of this camera. The port on the side is damaged and it didn't get good audio quality, so sometimes things were mute. I filmed something the other day and it was just me talking like this, so you can hear anything coming out of my mouth. So we got a new camera, and with the new camera, hopefully, I'm looking in the viewfinder and the quality looks much better than this camera. So hopefully you guys get better quality moving forward. And we got a zoom lens. So this lens, we can use our old lens, I believe, and we got a zoom lens. So more video quality, hopefully, is on its way to you, so we can create the best videos for you guys coming up moving forward in the new year of 2024. Most of the footage that we lost on the ocean crossing was at the end. So something happened during the last part of the ocean crossing that damaged this port, and we haven't been able to fix it. We've been trying to troubleshoot it for a while, but we even tried a new cord to the microphone that we had up here at the top, but it just is not working. So with that being said, we have a new camera for the year of 2024, and we're excited to bring you better content, hopefully moving forward. Dog, this camera is amazing. It blurs the background. I feel like a professional. I can even like watch like my wedding ring. I'm sure I'll say like, and this. That's insane. Look at this video quality. Look, it automatically focuses. That's so cool. This is amazing. Game changer. Okay. So aside from the camera, which is really exciting for the year of 2024, what is also really exciting is we have been working on the engine.
If you remember from our ocean crossing videos, we had the engine failure halfway through and then we didn't use it the rest of the time. We discovered that it was an electrical fire. A little bit of failure with the starter. We're thinking that the solenoid that operates the starter had failed and got stuck open, therefore the current was just constantly flowing even though the key wasn't turning after the engine had already started, causing it to overheat and start a fire. This is our new starter that we got, so we ordered a new starter, and so we just got that back, so now we're going to install the new starter. We also had to take the alternator off the engine as well. So here's our alternator. Hopefully the damage didn't do anything to the alternator, so we're gonna put the new starter on and put the old alternator on, and we'll check everything to make sure it works. But this is the cable that was non-existent on the old starter because it had completely burned off from the solenoid to the starter.
We had our friend come out who is an electrician. He kind of helped us wire it up to make sure everything was done really, really well. And we learned a lot. And Seth is going to walk you through what we did. And we're going to do the first official test today to make sure everything is working, water's coming out of the back, it sounds good, and all that stuff. Because when we did it on the ocean crossing, when we turned the key, it sounded a little bit strange, and after about 45 seconds is when it started smoking. So we're gonna just make sure everything's good. We got a brand new starter in there, so I'm feeling pretty excited about it. If this works, it means that we fixed the biggest problem of what broke on our ocean crossing, and we're already gonna be back in business, getting ready to sail. So let's go take a look. Seth's gonna walk us through what we did.
All right, so we finished installing the starter and we put everything back together. The starter is in a terrible location, really tough to get to. It's way back here and there's hardly any access. This little panel kind of comes open, but it's still way further back, so it's tough to access it. It was hard for us to get the bolts off of the old starter. They were seized a little bit, but we were finally able to get them off with a breaker bar with some corrosion X, so that was a plus. So we got the old starter off, we got the new starter back on, and everything rewired back on. We also put the alternator back on, and we also had to take the raw water intake hose off, which we'll end up probably needing to replace at some point, but everything is put back together. Tension's on our belts, looking pretty good, so now we can give it a start.
Give it a start. Throttle is down. It's in neutral. Yep, water's coming off the back. Okay, throttling down. Okay, turning it off.
Yeah, I don't know if the gauge is wrong or what.
Interesting. Could we test that?
One could if they knew what they were doing.
That would help. You can do anything if you know what you're doing. Well, we did it, dog. At least it's working now. Woo!
Marvelous.
So it looks like the engine is working. Water is going out the back. It sounds like a normal Yanmar engine, and all great news for us because we plan to take it out this week to just kind of make sure the engine's working, get a shakedown cruise in, post-engine repair, and get back out on the water so that we can see Hawaii again from sea. Today we are going to sail and we are testing all of our systems. We fixed our clutch, we have fixed like a major engine issue that we had, and today we're going to put those systems to the test. Now, on our shakedown cruise, we are going to be trying to fish because Christmas is in a couple days and we're going to try to do Operation Christmas dinner. So we are hooked a little bit on fishing because we caught our first mahi-mahi when we were sailing on day 4 from California to Hawaii. And I'm looking at all of our fishing stuff here and I'm going to walk you through, and I'm going to call on all of you guys out there who are fishermen and fisherwomen and you know a thing or two, because a lot of you guys got it in the comments down below to remind me that when we caught the mahi-mahi, I kept calling it a tuna, and you guys let me know that it wasn't a tuna. And I appreciate it. We didn't have Google, so I couldn't Google on the trip if it was a tuna or whatever it was. I know a lot of you guys out there have fished or have some fishing knowledge, so I'm going to go through what we have, and feel free to drop your fishing knowledge down below and we can learn a little bit, because we got 2 fishing rod holders. We have our original fishing pole that I thrifted that we used on the crossing, and then I got a new one recently, and I got a bunch of lures and all the different things. So let's get going and show you what we got. In California, we got these lures, which are small, and they have like the little weight in them, like the little skirt lures. We also have this one, like here. This one's a little bit bigger. These were doing some good things. This is what we caught the mahi on, just a different colored one, but these were pretty cheap. This was like $7. And then I went to a store here, which is a local fishing store, and got so much information from the people there. I went to POP Fishing here, and like they were so beyond helpful, but their lures were a little bit more expensive than I was planning on it because they're custom made here in Oahu. Also a little bit bigger. On our crossing, we used single hooks, just like a single hook. These are 2 hooks, the 8 size 8-0 with the ring eye with lures like this, and we didn't use a leading line. We are changing up the strategy because I learned a ton from the people there. I wish I knew the guy's name, but now we have a leading line and we have bigger double hooks. You can see here, these are much bigger. You can see the difference in the sizes. This is really big and it's double and it's filled in here. That way, if it, I believe that helps it, where if it gets hooked on one, it can't get the line out. And we got these super nice lures. So they're a little bit bigger, custom made in Hawaii. So you can see a little bit bigger. I think this is 6 inches. This might be 4 inches. And they said these are the colors to be fishing here. So when we were off the coast of California is when we caught the mahi, and we caught it with something similar to these colors. This is another kind of cheap one that we got in California, and we rigged it up recently with this hook. So it's like this. And we caught it with like, they said in California Mexican flag colors were like the best to catch the fish. Apparently here it's these. It is a beautiful lure. I mean, it's gorgeous. So these were a little bit more expensive, but they really recommended them. They said they're really, really great. They said that these heads are kind of designed, my understanding is to move like a real squid. So I'm hoping that we're gonna catch something. And we got the better hooks. I'll show you another cool one we got. We got this one too. Aren't this fun? This is fun. This is a little bit smaller. I think this is 4.5 inches. But if you kind of scooch it up, you can see that little crimp right here. This allows you, I'm sure you guys know, but I thought it was pretty cool. It allows you to put it on the line and crimp it with just like crimpers versus having to tie knots, and it's actually, I think, better for the line. It's also better for us because I don't want to be tying knots at sea. Like that's what we were doing on the crossing. I pulled up a video of some awesome worker that I filmed at Baja Fishing and Tackle in Marina del Rey, California. So shout out to that guy if he's watching. You were awesome. We used your video in the middle of the ocean to tie our lines and we caught a mahi from it. It's pretty cool. So let's go get... So which ones are we using today? That's a good question. I am for sure committed to this one because the guy said when I picked this one out, he was like, you're for sure gonna catch dinner with this. So I'm feeling pretty confident in this one. And then I'm thinking, ooh, I don't know, do we use a cheap lure and a expensive lure, or do we just go crazy and just do 2 expensive lures?
I think we do a cheap one on the cheap pole and then an expensive one on the expensive pole.
That's a good idea. This is gonna be fun. We're gonna do expensive pole with expensive lure with Hawaii recommended colors. And then we're gonna do cheap pole with cheap lure with California's recommended colors for deep sea fishing. So what's gonna win? I'm kind of thinking this one's gonna win. I was like, I mean, those people at that store, I mean, I was there for an hour and a half just deep talking with these guys.
Stay tuned for a couple hours as we catch nothing.
I hope we catch something. I just really, I don't know, pun intended, I'm hooked. I'm hooked on fishing. I was running all these errands and they were like, oh, is this a Christmas gift for your husband? I said, this is for me. In the meantime, we got to get this set up. We got to take the covers off and get the boat ready so we could test out these systems, get some dinner hopefully, and have a good time. We're going out with our neighbor and we're gonna just enjoy the day.
Get some sailing.
Get some sailing in. I was gonna show you these fishing pole holders and it's slightly sprinkling and there's a beautiful rainbow. But these are our new rod holders because we actually use one of our other rod holders for our Starlink. So this is our new rod holder. We got 2 of these for $70 at West Marine. So this is our new fishing pole. This is from Penn. And then this is the Senator reel. It wasn't like the most expensive. It was probably the cheapest, but I think it's definitely gonna do the job for at least the foreseeable future. Man, look at that rainbow. It's so bright. And then here's what we've been calling Grandpa's Lucky Reel, which is hilarious because when we came home, oops, we realized that we actually had an old Senator reel on here. So we actually have 2 Senator reels. And then this is the old pole, but we did get the new line on it just so that it's stronger. And then this is kind of where our Iridium is and our Starlink. So we just installed 2 of these. Will we use autopilot today? After not using it for 25 days? Does this come up? We will see. Just kidding. We definitely probably will. Here's these. Okay, we are going to take off the middle piece, the connector that connects the Dodger to our Bimini, just because when you're at the helm you can like totally see the sails, and without it you can't really see the sails that great. So we're just going to take it off. We didn't use it at all in the crossing. It's kind of like a great little thing to have here when we're docked, or if we're like at anchor for a while. I feel like it would be a good little setup for some shade, but we're taking it down. So the covers are off and the table's up and everything. Seth is now going to just fill up our Yeti cooler so we can put some beverages in there for today. And then I'm going to just kind of go around the boat and do a once over of anything that I feel like would fall if we're like heeling over. So I just can think of a couple things right now that I just need to put away. Our goal was when we moved in to not have things that we need to like constantly be putting away every single time we want to go sailing, because we're going to be sailing a lot, and especially on like longer passages you just want everything set up so you don't have to change how you're living, like whether you're like moving or not moving. But there are a few things that I just gotta kind of put away. So I'm gonna go do that now. My goal is under 5 minutes, so that like every time within 5 minutes everything can be put away. So let's go tidy. Honestly, the only thing that I feel like we really need to move is just some of our like electronics, like our nice cameras, and just some of our electronic equipment, because we use this all the time, so we just leave it out here so when we're editing and stuff. So I just kind of gotta probably put these things away. So we got some beers, we got some twisted teas, got some seltzers, and then I've got one bottle of kombucha in there. Someone asked me the other day what my favorite sundowner was. Kombucha, any day of the week. Kombucha, or honestly seltzer. It's raining a bit. We have a double rainbow, and yeah, it's starting to rain kind of a lot, but hopefully it'll end. Kind of a little rainy, so hopefully it just kind of clears up as the day goes on. Get some fishing in. It's gonna be a good day. We're excited to test out the systems, I believe. It's a beautiful sight, folks. The engine is working.
Parent, I think. Parent?
Alright, so that's the cheap one. The waves really picked up. Man, crazy.
Well, it's cool. We came up quick.
Whoa.
First day of Christmas vacation, only for sail.
That's right. That's a win.
How fast are we going now?
Still 7.
That's pretty.
coming. I can see the squall line.
I was trying. Oh wait, I made it dark.
As soon as it hits that boat, you know you got about 30 seconds.
30 seconds, yeah, and then it's gonna be on us.
I'm gonna put this down.
Alright, have this beautiful rainbow. But had a little squall out there, a little rainy today. Hey guys, so we are back in our slip, obviously, and we cleaned the boat, rinsed it down. I did not get as much footage yesterday as I was planning on, and I apologize. I ended up getting pretty seasick, which is surprising because for 25 days from California to Hawaii, I didn't get seasick at all. But we passed the tip of the island where it got a little spicy. There was more just like waves and wind, and we had a lot of sail out, and we were just kind of cruising. We were going like 7-8 knots, and we were just having fun going faster and just kind of playing around and seeing like how the boat works more even like here on the island. And just, I don't know, we were just having a good time. But I did get sick because I had to go down below because obviously as like a shakedown cruise type thing, our systems were put to the test as well as like how well we organized. And most of our stuff stayed put. However, we had the oven just like, I felt like in slow-mo. I forgot to gimbal it, and it opened up, and just like the pan that I had in there like fell out with, had a couple things in there. So that flew out, and then I had a Ninja blender under like on a shelf, and that was not suctioned down, and that flew actually across the entire boat, and unfortunately it nicked the table. So that was kind of a bummer. However, we'll fix those nicks. It's not that big of a deal. So that was tough, but the engine works, the clutch works, everything that we kind of fixed was just super smooth. Everything worked really, really great, which is awesome. So now we can get sailing more. That was just like a test of our systems. We motored for a little bit, we sailed for a while. Just a really great test of how the engine works, and that's actually really good to go. So because I got sick, because we were focused more on sailing and seeing like how much sail we could have out and the wind and just like the waves, we just were having a good time with our neighbor. So didn't film as much, which is okay because we've got a lot of sailing coming up for you. But we were only out for a couple hours testing the systems, and now we're back, and Christmas is tomorrow. I'm gonna prep some cinnamon rolls so that we can have some cinnamon rolls. Unfortunately, we didn't catch any fish for Christmas. I was hoping we would catch like a mahi or a yellowfin tuna, but we didn't because we were going 7-8 knots. We had a ton of sail out. We had like some swell, so we didn't we had like the lures out, but even if we caught one, it would have been very hard with that sea state to like do all the fishing things and like get the gaff and do the whole thing. So we didn't catch a fish, but it's okay. I'm gonna make some cinnamon rolls for Christmas morning. We've got some projects this week that we're doing. We are gonna obviously have a wonderful Christmas tomorrow together, and we hope that all of you have a wonderful holiday. By the time you see this, holidays will already pass, but I hope you guys all had a wonderful holiday, stayed warm, enjoyed some times with friends and family. We are just so grateful for you. The year of 2023 was such a great year for us with sailing, our channel, and we're really, really grateful. We could not be here filming if it wasn't for you guys showing up every week watching our videos. So we really truly appreciate you, and we hope you guys had a wonderful holiday. So with that being said, I'm gonna get ready for Christmas tomorrow with the cinnamon rolls. I made some hot chocolate bombs and picking out a movie, so let's go get ready for Christmas.
Merry Christmas, baby. Reindeer's coming out to play. Santa Claus is packing the presents, making sure you've been behaving okay. Merry Christmas, honey. Yeah. The snowman's dusting off his hat, putting on the show for everybody, to give them a smile that lasts another year. There's something that happens when sleigh bells are ringing, when December ends, when the children are singing.
We have Holiday Inn on. Merry Christmas. And Seth is gonna get the stove set up so that we can cook our cinnamon rolls. They look delicious. And I have some frosting and some sprinkles to top them with. Careful. Thank you so much for watching our shakedown cruise. Don't forget to leave a comment down below with any fishing tips and tricks you may have. And while you're at it, please subscribe and like this video, and we'll see you next week. See ya!